Man, stuff is so nuts. Hello, testing.
Hello, testing.
Yeah, okay, we're working. I shouldn't have used that stuff. Oh well. See if I got pins for this thing. Where are we at? I'm pretty shallow. Hey, Joker. Sarah, what's going on? Good morning to you. I want to see if I have... Excuse me, sorry. Haven't talked much this morning. See if I have pins for this lock. That's what we're working on here today. It's a sharp one. A little sticker. I try to pin it up quick and then doing something else with it. And, what? I don't even know if the plug slides in and out. Nice just yet. I'm getting there. Okay, that's a lot better. What is that noise? Good morning, Alyssa. Welcome. Showing the lock cut yesterday, the day before, today. I still have a little bit of work to do on it. Before I go further, I want to see if I have pins for it or if I have to rip apart another lock to make this happen. Sorry, it's not too exciting, but it's definitely part of the process. What kind of pins am I working with here? Let's get all the key pins out. I might have to make my own pins for this. 1, 2, 3. 1, right? It's kind of like one. That one has a bevel, but it's too long. That one. I might have to shave down some pins. We'll see. No, I wasn't waiting around for that. No, sir. No, very close. Didn't want to be one of those fellows begging for people. Please subscribe! As they're like putting rubber bands around a watermelon or something. You know, them kids. That's no fun. Almost there. Most likely today, but I have a couple other things to do. This little shell. A throwing star, right? Yeah, yeah. Oh man, we got a couple. We came up with a couple. Okay, maybe like a treble hook for fishing. We got a bird. We got like a spinal bone. And then check this out. It looks like the sloth from Ice Age. Sid. Yeah, it's a mean little guy. Very sharp. So when you look at the face, there's no right angles. So when it comes to the side, I put hooks on each one of those to kind of keep the pointiness going. Just rummaging through this to see what I'm working with. I have a bunch of pins to build the medicos, but when it comes to these little standard locks, I don't have many pins to pull from. Just barely pieced together that G cut, and then this is the other lock from the G cut. The G cut and this one were siblings, and then so didn't come with a key, so I had to rekey that one and then rekey in this one. But I'll probably end up ripping apart another lock or cutting some pins down. Probably do that. Probably just cut some pins because they're a bunch of top pins. I could just put a bevel at the bottom and cut them at the correct height. That's easy enough. But before I go cutting up those, I want to see what I got here. Those two are the same height. Those two are the same height. That one's a little longer. It's a little longer. Alrighty. Yeah, we're cutting pins. I'll buy a little pin set. That would be helpful. Cheap enough. Standard. Maybe we have a box of locks. Maybe we could just strip apart something I have a double. But even that's a chance. What do we have here? It's a nice candidate. 1, 2. Whoa. That's like the same cut. That's insane. Maybe that's because I used... That's what I did. Look at that. So this lock came without a key. But I had this lock in my box of locks, and this key fit the keyway. Boom. So I went and had a bunch of duplicates made of that key. Forgot about that. So then this key, boom, and a little sticky. Can't rely on them weekend warriors at the hardware store to cut nice keys, but sometimes you get lucky. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I think these silver ones turned out okay. Yeah, silver ones turned out nice. And I like the brass ones, but the brass ones were only available in a 6-pin, and I was like, can you just cut the first 5 pins and then cut the extra off? And he's like, oh, my machine can't do that. So he tried, ended up bending it a little bit. I was like, just cut the first 5 and I'll do that myself when I get home. And I think I did for the G cut. That is a brass pin, and he kept it long, and I cut it down myself. But this one that he tried to cut looks like a beaver one at the end of it. Brand new key. I was like, you put it in your vise too tight. I was nice, but like, you can only be so patient sometimes. Okay, so that's cool. So that means that these pins are in business. I will use this lock's pins on that lock. And then when it comes time for this, I'll figure something else out. It's just a simple little guy. I'll cut these open. I got one already over here. They're kind of cute. Make a little mini cut on them, but nothing too fancy. And this one I would have to tap. So, and I like this cap. I call it a cap, but the end cap that retains the plug there. This is the end cap that came on this lock. It's kind of doofy looking. I mean, oh, well, you know what? If I'm using a silver key, not silver, it's still a brass key, but it has a chrome plating on it. It'd be nice to splash a little silver chrome to the back side, or I got options. I'll just steal the brass one. All right, cool. Let's do that. Let's strip that one down. Keep you there. I need some springs, or I could use springs in here, depending on the height. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I wonder if that plug would sit right up in there. Interesting. It's slightly wider. I don't know if it would fit within that. It may. There's some space. Options. Options are good. Better than no options. Let's see what's inside. Yes, I prefer to cut keys to code, not just copy. Cool, yes, yep. Yes, indeed. I have yet to cut it. Oh, look at that. I found a nice little brass one. Before I take that apart, let me see if this. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I think this is the one that I nipped the end off myself. No, maybe not. Because if you look at the very tip, there's a little ring. That's when they put it in their vise. I think his bit was dull too, so it really was like pushing down on it. It's okay. Alright, regardless. Moving forward. Let's I'm gonna put the chicken lock out if anybody's interested in what we got going on here. I'm gonna be there. I'll put the chicken lock there. Took on. Okay. Spring out of here. It's deep up in there. It's way up in there. I'm working over here. I'll work right here so y'all can see. Key. That, some of that. Where did that come from? Let's get you out of here. And you. There's a Medico spring. Twist. Pull. Pink, 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 pink. Let's just populate the other one. It'll save me 2 seconds. That's the last. Oh wait, these are the key pins. Never mind. Those are top pins. Send it. Like some sound effects. Okay. That's nice. They didn't slice it down or anything. Let's slide this right up in there. That's the fastest rekeying I've ever done. That being said, I might just use this plug. Cylinder, plug. How does this one look over here for the future? Cool. Okay, slop. You like the chrome key? And the chrome back tailpiece with it? Alright. I'm just feeling for a little play. The less play, the more, well, I don't know. Let me think about that. There's a little slop. Leave more room. Versus, no, they're both on the money. Yeah, I don't know, chrome or this. All brass. I'll figure that out later. That's an easy switch. I want to go with chrome key and tailpiece versus a brass and brass. It's little details that matter. Oh, I'm off camera. My bad. And one more notch. It's gonna be too tight. One more is too tight. You right there. Oh yeah, no, she knows. She's seen it. Thank you. I was washing it up there at the house. Yeah. Yeah, she loves it. Very cool. Very cool. It's only not cool when these become more important than real life to-dos. Today we got a little luncheon to go to, so kind of afford a couple hours down here this morning, but this afternoon I'll probably be out there working on the farm. Chicken coop's almost done. I'm ready to set up some outdoor fencing for them. So I want to mow a little strip where the fences are going to lie. I want to keep the grass as tall as I can within there because they're just going to eat it all up. And more grass. I'll just be chopping up their food. Little places for bugs to hide. And that's that. Give me some screws. Set screw. I tapped these holes before I started cutting because this lock had one of them silly little skinny plates on it. So that went bye-bye. I don't like playing with those especially people if they want to rekey it later. You slide them little. Here, I got a couple. I got brand new ones, but like these little bangers. Use it 2, 3, 4, 5 times and scratching up the lock, and you slip. It's not a new one, but regardless. Here's a freshie. Yeah, if you can tap that, way better. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Send it. Mr. Allen Key, where are you? Oh, hello. That's pretty cool. This lock's like done, but like, I just can't do it like that. Oh, and that's another one. I am going to have chrome, silver set screws on top. So yeah, maybe having a little silver splashed around, but then the chrome can get overwhelming. Too much chrome is looking well silly. So we're almost at 500 subs, everybody. And I have a giveaway, small channel giveaway, so the odds are in your favor. I don't want to bribe people, but why not mention it, It's for everybody. Free game. I'll go showing off without putting a key in it and testing it. Click, click, boom, boom. Thanks, Brad. What's going on, Brad? Good morning to you. It's morning here. Well, we're in New York, halfway up the mighty Hudson River. This is just the first test fit. I wanted to get some pins in it before I go any further with it. I'll let y'all decide. Chrome screw, chrome key, brass key. I mean, it doesn't, key doesn't really matter. But as far as like maybe this, because I could always have two keys with a lock, but chrome tailpiece, brass tailpiece. I think the brass. I love the brass. And if you're going brass, bronze, why not go all the way? I didn't touch that yet. This whole thing's going to be polished up. This is just straight from the shop. That's just files, saws, and sandpaper. And an air compressor. Brass all the way. Hey, Elroy's, good morning. Yes, I think so. You can't go wrong with brass. Not at all. The G cut I made came with this at the end, and I swapped that out with a little, looks like a gear cogwheel kind of one. Has some nice teeth on it, and then this one's knurled. All right, cool. Nice. Next step. Do not lose that set of pins and keys. Let's clean up a little bit. A little cutie here. Here's my pick. We got a DMAC pick in the house. DMAC. Thank you, DMAC. It's his rendition of the McTickler. I'm done with the trades. This is my future. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's so fun. It doesn't take much to do these. Here's my chicken lock. This one is about to be assembled. I want to have these both at the same stage so that when I bring it up to the house to put the final polish and playing with the little color that I have two to work on. So these shapes, the chicken lock, this, I'll show you what I do it with. Give you a little shop tour. Over there, you have a $35 Facebook Marketplace bandsaw, Craftsman bandsaw, with a skinny blade on it. So that does the shape. Then, when it comes time for these slots, these ones I cut all the way through, that is Mr. Milwaukee right there, a hacksaw. And then, where are my pin files from Harbor Freight? Can't have enough. Sandpaper and a little polish. You're in business. Oh yeah, and all those files. That's mainly for like the pin files I use for the grooves and the actual shape of the lock. This face, a nice assortment of files is good. Yeah, I'm nice. I don't want to touch it. It's getting close. That's a pretty aggressive teeth on that one. Focus. Still getting used to this camera. I got a new setup here. All right, so that brass key, rocking and rolling. Yeah, this one. This is before I played around with the bandsaw. I have a short way down. It's probably one of my most popular shorts. Excuse me. Sorry, it's probably loud in the camera. I apologize. No, not at all. It's a special blade on the bandsaw. Nope. Straight up. I'll bring you over there. In a second. This one I did with an angle grinder. If you look up on my shorts, it says like Dexter cutaway lock. I went at it with an angle grinder and just slowly took this face down until it started to expose those channels. And these pins I have in here, these top pins are all the same height. So when picking it, do I have a tensioner down here? Maybe a hang tight, Elroy's. I'll bring you over to the chop bandsaw in a second. Yeah, I can pick this one quick. This one is a little fussy little one to pick. But if I got a D-Mac McPickle, all the top pins are the same height, so it's basically getting each, because you can't see the shear line. The shear line is like a 32nd under this brass. But if you have all the same height top pins, you just basically it's a very tight tolerance on this, and they just slip right back down. But basically, in order to pick it, all those top pins go to the same height. I think 3 and 4 are already set. 1 is overdone. But yeah, so it's not a full cutaway, but you can get away with something like this if you keep the same size top pins. So you use the height of the top pins as your reference. Once you visually hear or see or feel one click, and you know that whatever height that clicked at, you match the others. Heck yeah. So then the bandsaw, no, brass is very similar to cutting the wood. That's it, just straight up. That's it right there. Skinny blade, 1/8 inch to make some nice. They say this is an 1/8 of an inch, but they lied. That is like, I remember this measurement. Hold on. I have my tape pulled out for something. Is it 38 plus how much? About 40 inches. Everybody remember 40 inches. I need that for the chicken coop. Yeah. All right, I guess it is 1/8, but the teeth stick out past 1/8. I don't know how they measure the blades, but I had a skinnier blade than this on this when I first bought it. You just go at it, you take your time. Look at the cuts I'm able to get with it. 40 inches, thank you so much, Sarah. Yeah. And what I did here, the little guard, it's a circle plastic guard. I don't know the technical name for it, but just a little circle disc that sits down within this table. The original one I had on here, cutting the brass would get pretty hot at sometimes. So it would end up heating that little plastic down, bowing it, and then so when I'm pushing the lock through, it would actually, the lock would go down into that swoop and come, it would, and then especially for a turn, it would make my angles not square. Like those are, how square those are. So I put a piece of plywood over just to keep everything nice and plumb. Just by cutting a little slit in it, turning it around, feeding it back through, clamping it down, send it. Just gonna send it. Watch this, I'm gonna hit refresh. Did we meet the 500 yet? Refresh. Refresh. Did we do it? $4.99. Pretty cool. Sorry if that was loud. I have a tabletop bandsaw. I may have to play with it. Yes, awesome. Very cool. Yeah, just be careful. What other tips can I give you with cutting the brass on? Oh, did you say table saw? Bandsaw. Okay, good. Yeah, I would not put a lock on a table saw. So, what else? Open sesame. You just want to have it tracking right in the center of the wheel. Oh yeah, that's another good tip. When you get to cutting on them, brass heats up. Give yourself a little bucket of water you can kind of cool things down with. It just speeds up the process, so it takes a while for that big old chunk of brass to cool down. And when they heat up, that means the blade is most likely warm. So you set the tension. Here's my tensioner. This is my tensioner. Listen. Low, low, low. It's like tuning a guitar. With skinny blades, you don't want them too tight. Of course, you don't want them too loose. But if it's a really thick blade, you can have that thing really tight. Probably a higher pitch than that. But what happens is, since it's such a skinny blade and you're cutting the brass and the brass heats up and the blade heats up, it expands this blade. So once you get to cutting a little bit on a thing and it's everything, the whole system's warmed up, the lock's warm, the blade's warm, shut it off, give it a flick, and you might want to tension it a hairball more. Make sure all your guides are nice. Actually, I think if you look way back in one of my first lives, I think it's still posted. I tensioned this and set all the guides are really nice. If you want a little walkthrough, you just barely want them tickling it. You don't want, see, this is already touching. You don't want these things spinning. Here, I'll turn it on real quick. Well, that's okay. See, the right one has a little bit of a distance. I might bring the right one in a little bit. You see how it's just barely tickling it and it wants to rotate it? See? There you go. That's perfect right there. So when the saw is on, you want it just barely moving. That right one can come, I don't know if the screen is reversed sometimes when they replay it. It shouldn't be. They just barely want to tickle it. If that thing is making full contact and spinning, it's just going to burn the bearing out. Of course, they get to spinning when you're cutting, because then it puts torque on it, and then it will get to spinning. But you don't want them humming, spinning 9 grand when you're not even working. So other than that, I don't know. I'm still. Every time you use it, you find out something new. But that's what I know as of right now so far. Just yet. Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you. Absolutely. I want to see what some other people come up with. That'd be fun. I had a couple other ideas brewing, but I'm not going to finish these before I start a new one. Like I said, I started this one and got the idea for the chicken lock. So I went to the chicken lock, and then since then I started cutting this double shear line one as well. An old master cylinder within it. This goes on the face. So there's 3 sets of pins in here. The key pins, then a set of pins inside here. This one kind of bugged me out. The brass on it has some faults. And this hole was an air bubble within the cast. You see the daylight down within there? That's just an air bubble right there. It's kind of okay because it kind of matches. I'll clean it up so it's a little more rounded like that. It's almost like a hand. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6-fingered hand. That's a thumb or something. I don't know. What, a collab? What's that? It's a Corbin lock. Oh, sorry. Is it one before? Am I eavesdropping in on something? Oh, yeah. Very cool. Yes, I can. Yeah, very cool. I do have a Discord. TJ. Maybe I could type it. Ooh, when people try to find me on the Discord, sometimes it's trouble. You got the Black Smoke said the other day that You just got to send out a friend request, and I don't even know if it works, but I'm almost certain my Discord is TJ underscore. And if that don't work, my email is in the description of my channel. It's cedarbrookmeadowsny@gmail.com. We can talk through that, or the TJ underscore. You want to add me? Oh, all right, very cool. Let me snap that too. I'll let you know mine too. Just the same. Better chances of us linking up because I'm new to that Discord stuff, and it's like if it doesn't work, like just moving on. So I got yours, TJ underscore. I think it's Cedar Brook and then underscore Meadows. Underscore MEADOWS. Boom, send it. I'm almost certain. I'm gonna pull it up here now. You hear the birds? They're singing for you. Where's me? No, that's it. What? There it is. Thanks so much. Now what? I am going to go. I'm gonna look at some locks while I'm going. I'm gonna go with the tree real quick. If you see anything interesting you want a closer look at, let me know. It's my little stinger. Put a little stinger at the end of this one. Here's the face. This started out as something like this. And I took a jeweler's saw and cut out the face right under the logo. All right. Leave the microphone in here. Let's leave it right there. Y'all can talk amongst yourselves, okay? Talk right in the mic. I'll be right back. Oh, you found something you want to see. So are you talking about this? This right here? Or this? This is a Corbin. This is actually the same lock as this, just without the plate. I had two of these. Yeah, let me know. I know the chat's a little delayed. What's neat about these ones, I have a short somewhere in my channel of me taking apart that one over there. But two of these key pins have ball bearings in it. You might even be able to see it. Let me get a flashlight. Let me know if this isn't the lock you were talking about. This isn't the best camera either. There it is. Check it out. That is a ball bearing. So it's a steel ball bearing sitting underneath a key pin. And that key pin has a flat cut to it. Yep. And then there's another, I think there's 2 or 3 ball bearings within here. Make it, I have a hunch that it would make it interesting for picking too, because get to go picking on it, and then I don't know, I just feel like it'd be more likely for the tip of the pick to roll off to one side or zing, because you're just balancing on a tip of a nice little steel ball bearing. When I put that one all back together, I'll polish it up real nice to make it all slick. Yes, crazy. Crazy. Yeah, and then that's a Corbin, and then look at this sucker. You want to see yourself? Oh. Look, you see me back there. Hello. This one's pretty cool. Has some really nice patina on there. There's some blues, purples. A little dirty, a little fingerprinty, but that one will clean up really nice. Excuse me. They're cool. Let's get back to playing with that for a little while. What time do we have, y'all? 9 o'clock, not bad. I'm gonna go. A couple minutes, I'm gonna go say good morning to my boy. When I came down here, I think he was still sleeping, so it'd be nice to see that little bucker. I got this pinned up. Sure, I could send that. Put it on eBay this morning. No, I'm just kidding. I'm trying to build up a little bit of an inventory because I'll be working on something and you get some traffic through here and be like, what are you working on? I don't want to be like, well, I don't have a finished one to show you, but so I'll probably keep a couple of these back, but eventually I'll start getting rid of them. Hey, Goom, good morning. Goom's back. I seen you left a comment last night. Appreciate it. Good to see you here, buddy. Yeah, so we put pins in this morning. It's getting there. I want to give you a little sneak peek. I was playing with, here's a teaser for you. I'm working on something for these back holes. It has something to do with a wire. Okay. That's all I'm going to give you. Maybe I'll cut some of those pins down to make them a little more challenging. It's just stock. That's kind of nice. Those are steel key pins. So it kind of matches the steel set screws up top. That's nice. Nice little touch. I made pins for number 50. It's going to have 6 piston pins. I think I've heard about your pins. You're the one making the pins. I scoured your channel and I didn't see any pins. Crankshaft. Yes, right? That's cool. So I'm thinking of a core being the crankshaft. Yes, yep, exactly. Awesome, man. Yeah, possibilities are endless. Yeah, are you the one that makes the piston pins? I was wondering how you... If it's proprietary, I understand. But say you have the two... So you got the two pins, and then that little connector rod. I'm wondering how it's retained. Do you drill through and put a skinnier rod so it's like a little hinge? Or is it a rod with like a little ball at the top that just little pops right in as it retains it? Just curious how those are retained in there. The connection anyway between the two. Well, if it's not proprietary, let me know. I'd love to fiddle with that. Proprietary? Proprietary. I think it's a toy. It's Terry. Oh, I need some eggs. I am just running off a little oatmeal this morning. Get your oats. I'll show you the cam for the chicken lock. You got the chicken lock and then the cam on the back. I cut into the shape of an egg. Has fingerprints on it right now, but it's gonna be really polished up. So this egg cam sits on the back of the chicken. What are you gonna do? Keep making cool stuff, that's what. Alright, everybody. Ooh, where did this go? That was the Corbin key. See, I start playing with that box of locks, and I'll be pulling keys out. Go over there later. It's like 3 keys pulled out. It's like, what lock was that for? Alright. I feel like I don't want to be taking this back apart, and then I still have a little more sanding to do, some polishing. I have to play with something else for the backside. And then that's that. So I'm just going to keep this like this. And get back to the day. So thanks everybody. I'm going to wrap it up here. I'll most likely be back later on tonight when the sun goes down. Because when the sun's up, I'll be out at the farm, so. Yeah, if you're new here, save me. So you can find me again. You can go fishing with this bad boy. Catch a big old bass. No hook needed. I don't know why I'm showing it off that much. It's going to look way better when it's all cleaned up. But something's nice about it in the raw form as well. Maybe you'll stop being so particular with them and just send it like this. You know, the high polish is nice, but there's a place for the old beaver tooth cuts. This is pretty neat about the D-Max Mick Tickler there. Put it in, send it. Not a little too much tension on it. That time I only had 3 to set. That one's a little overset. Where in the world did I put it? If anybody's interested in really nice custom picks like this, check out our buddy D-Mac Lock Sports. Yeah, I think his last short video is actually this lock right here. This pick, I'm sorry. Hey, have a good day. Goom IRL. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget your lunch. And I'll see you next time. Pretty cool. That's D-Mac right there. D-Mac Lock Sports. This pick is one of his most recent shorts. Go check him out. Thank you, D-Mac. Very useful tool. I told him this is the best tool I've ever held. And I've held a lot of tools. Puts a lot of time and effort into those pieces. They turn out great. All right, y'all. I think I'm done for this morning. Thanks for stopping by. Got this bad boy assembled so I can strip it all apart, do the final touches on it, and finish it up. So if you want to see me finish this, or if you want to see me finish the chicken lock, go check out my other things. My live section is loaded of me working and cutting on these, so if you want to see how I made this, these lives just dropped this morning. I did this yesterday, the cuts in it. So, all right, have a great day, everybody. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Elroy's. And everybody else. Zoe, good day, y'all. And I'll see you later tonight if all goes according to plan. Bye-bye.